Hello students, welcome back to our video. So in the last video we saw about how to pass the journal entries if the transactions of bad debts and bad debts are recovered. So now let's solve the one comprehensive illustration, that is the mixture of all the types of transactions. Like till now we solved the individually questions like how to pass journal entries if the transactions of assets or goods are given, how to pass the journal entries if the transactions of bad debts and bad debts recovered are given, how to pass journal entries for the revenue and expenses, how to pass journal entries for the loan recovered, trade discount and cash discount, and we solve for each question individually for each type of transactions. So now let's solve the one comprehensive illustration, that is the mixture of all the types of questions. So let's start with that. Here one illustration is given. Illustration 11. Record the following transactions in Journal of Sri Omkar Traders. These are the transactions made in the year of 2014 and in the month of October. So mainly there are 31 transactions made in the month of October. So let's start with that. First of all, you have to make the column or table for the journal entry. There would be 5 columns. First would be date, second would be particulars, third would be LF number, fourth would be debit amount, and fifth would be credit amount. And on the top of that you have to write the journal entry of Sri Omkar Traders. And in the date you have to write the first of all the year in which the transactions are made. So it is made in the year of 2014. It would be given in the question. So 2014, and in the month October 1st. For each transaction you have to write the date and the month. You can write the month in the first transaction only, October 1st. In the rest of them you can write just only the date. So let's start with the first transaction, that is a business is commenced with introduction of cash of rupees 40,000, furniture of rupees 10,000, stock of rupees 8,000 and 8% loan of Prangna of rupees 20,000. So let's solve this how to pass the journal entry. So for commencement of the business, introduction of cash, furniture and stock and the loan of Prangna is brought in the business to start the business. So as cash is coming in the business, therefore you have to debit the cash account. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So you have to debit the cash account. Along with that, furniture is also coming in the business. So furniture account would also be debited, and stock is also brought. Therefore stock, in other words, you can also use the goods account. Goods account will also be debited. To capital account. You all know that anything brought in for the commencement of business, they are known as capital. So you have to credit the capital account. But one thing is also given here, that 8% of loan of Prangna, like the business has also taken loan from the Prangna to commence the business. So you have to also write the to Prangna's loan account. Interest you don't have to show, but you have to write the Prangna's loan account will also be credited. So 60,000 for the, why 60,000 in cash? Because loan is taken from the Prangna, that would be also in cash, correct? Therefore you have to plus the 40,000 of cash plus 20,000 of loan, that would become cash. Because if you show Prangna's loan account, you have to also show that cash is also coming in the business, because business has taken the loan from Prangna. Therefore cash would also be coming in the business. Therefore cash account is in additional other cash is also brought. Therefore you have to add the both amount, 40,000 plus 20,000, that would become 60,000 cash. Furniture of rupees 10,000 and stock of rupees 8,000. So the Pragna's loan was, you have to write here 20,000 and the capital would be 58,000. How can you find the capital? If you total these three amount and you have to subtract it 20,000 from that, whatever you will get, that would be the to capital account. And you have to write the narration. Being a business is commenced with introduction of cash of rupees 60,000, furniture of rupees 10,000, goods of rupees 8,000 and 8% loan of Pragna of rupees 20,000. Now let's move to the second transaction, that is at the time of inaugural of shop paid for ice cream and other expenses. So when during the inauguration of the shop, like they paid for the ice cream and other expenses too. So you all know that always you have to debit the expenses and credit the income. Therefore, let's see how to pass the journal entry. So ice cream expenses, they are also known as sundry expenses, like other expenses, ice cream expenses. If they paid for ice cream, then they are all known as sundry expenses. So you don't have to write the ice cream expenses and other expenses while debiting the account, but in case of that you have to write the sundry expense account debit, because all the expenses are debited. Therefore you have to write sundry expense account to cash account, as cash is going out of business. Therefore you have to credit the cash account. You have to write the respective amount, 3,500. Why? Because 3,000 was paid for ice cream and other expenses were also there. 3,500. Correct? So you have to write the 3,500. I think here is some mistake made, being it would be 3,500 instead of 3,000. So the next transaction is open bank account with Bank of Baroda by depositing 25,000 in cash. So bank account is open. So obviously bank balance is increasing. Therefore you have to debit the bank account, and as the cash is going out of the business and it is deposited in the bank, therefore cash balance would be reduced. Therefore you have to credit the cash account. The amount would be 25,000 in debit column, 25,000 in credit column. Next transaction is electronic weighting machine purchased for 4,000. So it is type of one asset, correct? So electronic weighting machine was purchased. There you don't have to write the electronic weighting machine. Instead of that you have to write the dead stock. And as it is purchased, therefore it is coming in the business, therefore you have to debit the dead stock account, and as cash is going out of the business, therefore you have to credit the cash account. Amount would be 4,000 in debit column and 4,000 in credit column. Next transaction is machine of rupees 5,000 is purchased from Navkar traders and paid machine installation charges of rupees 500. So machine was purchased from Navkar traders, for machinery, installment of machinery, charges was paid 500. So here machinery is coming in the business, therefore it is a type of asset. Therefore you have to write the machine account debited, it would be debited. And as cash is going out of the business, why cash? It is purchased from Navkar traders. Therefore you have to also credit the Navkar traders account and to cash account. Why cash account would be also credited? Because additional 500 charges were paid for the machine installation and cash is going out of business. Therefore you have to also credit the cash account. Amount would be 500 in cash account in the credit column and 5,000 in Navkar traders account in the credit column. If we add this two amount, you will get 5,500 that you have to write in the machine account in the debit column. Next is goods of rupees 10,000 are purchased from Shivam traders at 10% discount and rupees 50 was paid for carriage. So here goods are purchased. So goods are coming in the business, therefore you have to debit the purchase account, and carriage is also paid, correct? But so carriage is a type of expenses. Carriage was paid, it is a type of expense, therefore you also have to debit the carriage account. And as it was goods were purchased from the Shivam traders, therefore you have to credit the Shivam traders account and to cash account. Why cash account? Because carriage was paid, correct? So there would be every transaction has two effects. So carriage account, if carriage account is debited, obviously there would be credit account also would affect. Therefore, as carriage is paid, in return cash is also going out of the business, therefore you have to credit the cash account. Amount would be 9,000 in the purchase account, 50 were was paid for the carriage, that you have to write in the debit column, and 9,000 in the Shivam traders, and to cash account in the 50 again in the credit column. So this is how you should pass the journal entries. Then next is house rent paid of rupees 7,000 and life insurance of rupees 1,200 was paid by check. So bank account is involved, and as bank is included, correct, being house rent. So house rent is paid, therefore it would be a type of personal account, not a personal account, but it is a drawings, correct, because house rent is paid. Therefore drawings account would be debited to cash account, as cash is going out of the business, therefore cash, there would be two effects, because cash is going also is also going out of the business, and bank balance is also decreasing. Therefore you have to write the 8,200 in the drawings account, cash is 7,000 in cash account, and to bank account will be 1,200. So narration you have to write being house rent of 7,000 paid in cash, correct, and 1,200 LIC premium paid by check. So both of them was paid for the personal use, therefore it is considered as drawings. And as house rent was paid in cash, therefore cash is decreasing from the business, therefore you have to also credit the cash account. And as LIC premium was paid by check, so therefore bank account is also decreasing, so you have to credit the bank account. Now next transaction is goods of rupees 5,000 sold to Akash traders at 10% trade discount, 10% cash discount will be allowed if due paid in 10 days. So goods of rupees 5,000 was sold to Akash traders at 10% trade discount, and here it is clearly written that 10% cash discount will be allowed if that Akash traders pays their amount in within the 10 days. It is not allowed, but it is written that will be allowed, therefore you don't have to show the cash discount, you have to only show the trade discount. So goods were for rupees was sold for rupees 5,000, correct, and 10% trade was allowed, therefore it was sold to Akash traders, therefore you have to debit the Akash traders account, and to sales account will also be debited. You don't have to write the trade discount account, but only in the amount effect you have to show the trade discount. So the goods was sold, total amount was rupees 5,000, but 10% trade discount was allowed. Therefore if you calculate the 5,000 of 10%, then you will get 4,500. Whatever you will get 500. You will get 500. So you have to minus the 500 from 5,000. Then you will get 4,500. That you have to write in the debit column and in the credit column. Remember that you don't have to show the trade discount here account in the transactions. Now next is Akash Traders paid half amount by check for transaction dated 12th. Like there was a dated 12th, so you have to see the transaction which was made on the date of 12. So it is that the goods of rupees 5,000 was sold to Akash Traders, correct? So next transaction is which is made on 15th, that Akash Traders paid the half of the amount by check. So Akash Traders has paid the only half of the amount. So first of all, you bank, it is payment is made through bank, correct? So bank account would be increasing, therefore you have to debit the bank account. To Akash Traders account would be credited. But in the previous transaction 12, it was also written that 10% cash discount will be allowed if it due payment is paid within the 10 days. So in the date of 15, Akash Traders pays the half of the amount, correct? Therefore cash discount is allowed to Akash Traders. That discount you have to show in the journal entry. So bank account. So Akash Traders have paid only the half of the amount, correct? So the you have to see the 4,500 of rupees 2,250, a check of rupees 2,025 is received and 10% discount is allowed, correct? So here how would you calculate? The total cost was for rupees 5,000, which was sold to Akash Traders, correct? So and out of that 4,500, Akash Trader pays the half of the amount out of 4,500. You have to take the 4,500 amount, not the 5,000, because cash discount is always provided on the after whichever amount is remaining after deducting the trade discount, not on the total cost. Therefore after deduction of trade discount you will get 4,500. So after 4,500 the Akash Traders pays half of the amount, that would be 2,250. If you half it, if you divide it by 2, you will get 2,250. That would be half of the payment, and on that it is paid by check, but on this amount 2,250, 10% cash discount is allowed because the Akash Traders has paid the amount before 10 days, therefore 10% discount is allowed. So if you calculate 2,250 into 10 up into 100, then you will get whichever amount, that amount you have to minus it from the 2,250. You will get 225, that you have to minus it from the 2,250. You will get 2025. So Akash Traders pays only 2025 through bank, therefore that amount would be deducted from the bank account and discount allowed would be 2,25, and the total, if you total these two amount, you will get 2,250, correct? So this is how you can find pass the journal entry. Now the next is Akash Traders has returned back goods of rupees 700. So the goods which was sold to Akash Traders, now Akash Traders return that goods to business of worth of rupees 700. So sales return account would be debited here, to Akash Traders account will be credited. Amount would be 700. Sales return account, because goods is coming in the business, because goods are returned which was sold, now it is returned back to the business, therefore you have to write the sales return account debited to Akash Traders account would be credited. 700 in the debit column and 700 in the credit column. Now the next transaction is of rupees 2,000 withdrawn from Bank of Baroda for shop expense. So it is a type of expense, correct? Therefore shop, it is like generally written the shop expense. Therefore it is like withdrawn from the bank for the shop expense. If it is withdrawn from the bank, obviously that money is coming in the business automatically, correct? Therefore cash account is increasing. Therefore you have to debit the cash account, and as the bank account is decreasing, therefore you have to credit the Bank of Baroda account. Amount would be 2000 in debit column and 2000 in credit column. Next transaction is goods of rupees 6000 purchased from Amar Traders at 10% trade discount and 5% trade cash discount. Half the amount is paid in cash. So purchase of goods has made. So purchase account would be debited because goods is coming in the business, and half of the amount is paid in cash, correct? So cash account is decreasing, therefore you have to credit the cash account, and cash discount is also offered, therefore you have to also show the discount account, and the purchase of goods was made from the Amar Traders, therefore you have to also credit the Amar Traders account. So now let's see how would you calculate. So the being goods of rupees 6000, total cost was rupees 6000, and on that trade discount and cash discount both is allowed. Therefore you have to first of all you have to calculate the trade discount. So if you calculate 6000 of 10% of 6000, you will get 600. So you have to minus 600 out of 6000. Whichever amount you will get after subtraction, on that amount you have to provide the 5% cash discount, correct? Then you will get the 135. The cash discount would be 135. So the total was made. You don't have to write 6000 in the purchase, but let's see. The half of the amount is paid in cash. So here 20 whichever amount you will get after cash discount, that amount you have to half it, like divide by 2, and whatever you will get you have to write it in the cash account. Discount would be 135 and Amar Traders account of rupees 2700. And if you total these three amount, you will get 5400 that you have to write in the purchase account, correct? This is how you can calculate the whole amount. Remember that first of all you have to show the trade discount, and whichever amount you will get after deduction of the trade discount, on that amount you have to calculate the cash discount. But cash discount is shown in the journal entry, but trade discount, if only the trade discount is allowed, then you don't have to show in the journal entry. But yes, amount you have to calculate the trade discount, but you don't have to write the discount account, any account, but you have to calculate the trade discount, and whatever you will get, that amount you will be writing in the debit and credit column. Now next is goods worth of rupees 500 is donated to Mahila Vikas Grah. So now here donation is there, correct? So as the donation is given, cash is going out of the business, therefore donation account would be debited and to purchase account, because instead of cash goods is donated, not cash. If cash is denoted, then you have to credit the cash account, but as the goods is denoted, therefore you have to credit the purchase account. Amount would be 500 in debit column and 500 in credit column. Next transaction is goods of rupees 150 is distributed as free sample. Now it is distributed as free sample. Remember, always remember that no journal entry is passed if the goods is distributed as free sample because it is not an economic transaction and it is a non-economic transaction. Therefore, if anything if is distributed as free sample, you don't have to show the journal entry. Instead of that, you have to just write that it is a non-economic transaction. Next transaction is an order is issued to Vikas NJC for goods of rupees 3000. Again, an order, only the order is issued, correct? Therefore, you don't have to pass the journal entry. Sorry, by my mistake. For 2500, goods of rupees 150 is distributed as free sample. Sorry, my mistake. There would be journal entry for that. That would be it was distributed as free sample, so it is a type of advertisement, correct? That advertisement would be the expense for the business. Therefore, you have to write the advertisement expense account would be debited, and to purchase account, as goods is distributed as free sample, that you have to credit the purchase account, and you have to write the 750 amount in both the column, debit as well as in credit. For the next journal entry, an order is issued to Vikas Agency for goods of rupees 3000. In this transaction, only an order is placed. It is not purchased. Therefore, it is called a non-economic transaction. No entry would be passed. You just have to write the non-economic transaction. Then the next is the business owner has withdrawn goods of rupees 2000 and paid tuition fees of son of rupees 800 from business. Therefore, business is making drawings for the personal use. So, has withdrawn goods and also has paid the tuition fees. Therefore, drawings account will be debited, and to purchase account, goods is withdrawn, therefore purchase account will be credited, and as the tuition fees is also paid in cash, therefore cash account will also be credited. 2800 would be the you have to write it in the drawings account, and the purchase was of goods were withdrawn for rupees 2000 and 800 was paid for the tuition fees. At the end, you have to write the narration being goods of rupees 2000 and cash of rupees 800 withdrawn for the personal use. Then next is interest of 3 months paid on 8% loan of Pragna. Again, this transaction is based on the first transaction which was made by the business. While commencing the business, it is that business had purchased loan from the Pragna on the 8% interest, correct? So at the end of the month, interest of 3 months is provided. So interest on loan, it is a type of expenses for the business. Therefore, you have to debit that account, interest on loan account debited, to cash account, as cash is going out of the business. Now, 8% loan for 3 months on loan of 20,000 of Pragna is paid. So only the 3 months interest is paid. Therefore, you have to calculate 20,000 into 8 by 100 into 3 by 12. And after calculating that equation, whatever amount you will get, that amount you have to write it in the debit column and in the credit column. And at the end of the sum, you have to total both the debit as well as the credit column, and both the columns should be equal. So this was the end of the first comprehensive illustration. And in after ending, brief explanation of transaction is also given. If you don't understand, then the brief explanation for each transaction is given, how to calculate the trade discount and how to calculate each of them, how to loan interest is given in detail. So you can study from that. Now next is also another type of comprehensive illustration. So now I want you guys to try this sum by your own, and if you have any questions or any doubts, please feel free to comment below the video. So from now we are going to stop here. From the next video we would be continuing further. Thank you.